So here, Stephen Hawking's a brief answer to the big questions. This book is the same book. Very nice book, original also I check. Nice one, you got nice. These are the brief answers to the big questions here. Stephen Hawking. This book is by Stephen Hawking. He has died and today is his anniversary, and to tribute to this, there is this presentation.
Great.
Let's continue. Introduction. So here, Stephen Hawking was a very intelligent man who knew many things. He explained the biggest questions in history. This is very important. These are not 100% accurate, but with this his brilliance, he found an indirect answer to these questions. So we all know Stephen Hawking and how intelligent he was, and he was very intelligent. Lopsy read one chapter of this, and very interesting. Something happened with the computer just now. That's fine, we are gone. And he explained the biggest questions, but no one can answer these questions. It's very complicated. We're not yet that advanced to answer these questions as a species. But he always finds an answer to any question. He cannot just say like there's no answer to this question. He will give an answer always, and the computer become him. Here, is there a God? This is the first question.
Who was asking him questions?
No, these are his own questions. These are the very big questions. So here, this is the first chapter. Here, okay. So about this chapter, I think we all know what is God or who is God. There might be or there might not be. There are still nothing is 100% sure. Nothing is 100% accurate or real. You might not even know that what is happening now is real. You don't know if this bed is real, that is real. That is another topic for later. But for now, is there a God? That's a question for today. Now. And the simple answer is yes and no at the same time. What I mean to say is, here let me explain. There was a big bang at first, but who created that? Now that should not be an eligible question, because before the Big Bang, time itself did not exist. And if time itself did not exist, then you cannot define a certain matter because it does not move, or it just stays still, or matter doesn't exist at all, because no matter was created before the Big Bang. So before the Big Bang, you cannot actually define anything. Not at all. So that's the same as God. But even if there was a person that can control all of these things, the whole giant space, as you know from previous presentation how big space is, and they need to control everything over there. Think how impossible that would be. But there's a chance. There's a chance because there is one, what's that called? Like a principle. That given enough time, anything which has a probability of over 0% will happen in the future. Did you understand that?
No.
Let me give you an example. Lopsy here now is, what's the word? Overweight. Fatty liver. Now here, in the future, given enough chance, it's now it's very low, but if the chance is more than 0%, given enough time, a lot of time, even if there is a 0.00000000001% chance of happening, it will happen, because there's a chance. And given enough time, it will happen. Do you understand it now? So that's the probability. So same as with God. God may be existing, may not be existing, but given enough time, we will find out. Moving on. Second chapter. How did it all begin? is the chapter. We all think that the Big Bang here made the universe appear from nothing. And that is correct and incorrect at the same time. Same as with the previous chapter. How? Let me tell you. Before in old times, the Greek philosophers and everyone thought that the universe was infinite. It had no boundaries or no edge. It goes on forever. But recently, we have discovered that it's wrong. That makes things exciting. Because we don't know the origin now. We don't know how it began. You know how we knew that the universe is not infinite? Because you see things, they are moving away from each other. If you observe galaxies, you will realize that they are moving far apart from each other. The first person to notice this was Feynman. Have you heard of Feynman? He was a very popular scientist. The galaxies were moving further away from a point. That means the universe was expanding. So that means if the universe was infinite, it cannot expand because it's infinite. But if it has a limited space, then it can expand. Then the Big Bang theory was made. Just a theory, not sure. Anything could have happened here. But here, we all know now that the universe is not infinite. I explained why. This means the origin of it and the future of our universe will remain a mystery. Because time moves on forever. If there is no matter, time has no meaning. If there is no time, matter has no meaning. That's why I told you, before the Big Bang, asking what time is it now is like asking what is south from the South Pole. Do you understand? Because there's no more south from the South Pole. So that means you cannot just say where is south. South is no more. You cannot go more south than that. Same with the time before the Big Bang. Because matter does not exist, so time has no meaning. So you can say that time does not exist at all. Do you understand?
Go ahead.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Moms is no giving, no reaction. Just like ghost sitting there staring. Yes or no? Tell. If no, then no. If yes, then yes.
Confusing.
It's confusing.
I'm confused though.
It takes time to understand. Water break.
Oh, I cannot. Can. What?
Skip there.
That will take a lot of space, you know.
Go ahead. John, continue.
Okay, here. What I'm trying to say is, suppose there is a dog, okay, Alams, suppose. Alams is here, sitting here. But there's no ground, there's nothing, only Alams, floating in empty space, okay? Suddenly time stopped. And time stopped and it does not resume at all. So time just stops existence, so Alams will just stay like that, frozen forever. So what meaning does Alams have? Nothing, right? Because it cannot do anything at all. No energy or any fusion, or she cannot bark, the cute things cannot. So same with vice versa. Suppose there's only time but no Alams. It means time would have no meaning because nothing is there. Even if time just goes and goes and goes again, we have no way to define time, do we? Same. You cannot define alarms if there is no time. So we cannot define time if there is no alarms. You understand now?
Yes.
Now here, is there intelligent life in the universe? This is the chapter. A very nice logo. This one designed by me myself actually.
Looks like alien.
How do you know how alien looks like?
This looks like alien.
How does alien look like? How
They
do you-
look like that.
Maybe alien look like you. Exactly like you. Everyone. The whole planet looks like you. Who knows? Once I told you, anything with a probability more than 0 will happen. And everything has a probability over 0. And so, and there's something called parallel universe. Did I explain to you before? Yeah, I explained to you before. That means there's a planet there with everyone looking like you and me and everyone and you. So think about that also later. Anyways, that's another topic for later. Now here, development of intelligent life in the universe seems rare until now. We have not yet discovered. Who knows, they might be hiding somewhere, cannot search, or maybe we are alone, or maybe far apart. Maybe they were the most advanced. These are the questions why, or excuses why we cannot find intelligent life. Same here. Suppose we fast forward time. Wait back a lot. Then we stop there in that time. And if we somehow colonize other planets or the whole galaxy, that means we would be the aliens for the aliens if we somehow discover them. My hand is so dry. So here, we see in movies like they are invading us or conquering us, but we might do the same for them. If alien life is common, then it would have no significance at all. It would seem insignificant, all the alien life. The only significant aliens would be us because we are the powerful one and we can control things. There will be like ants for us, or maybe there are some that one. Maybe they are looking at us, and maybe we are the ants for those aliens. Might be vice versa. So there is one paradox called the Fermi paradox that says there must be billions or more than that, quadrillions of planets with intelligent life in the universe. Now, this is not sure at all. And there's something called the Great Filter. You know what does that mean? It's a filter that every planet has to pass through. Not a literal filter, it's an imaginary filter. Like suppose the intelligent life has to thrive among other animals. They have to discover and colonize the planet. Then they need to harvest the all energy. Then they need to survive war against each other, their own self, and war against the other species. Then finally they need to be safe from asteroids and all like that. And then to pass through all this filter. And the fact that Earth has passed through so many of this filter and yet still has to maintain intelligent life, us, is very fortunate and lucky. Now, there's one point. I made this point myself. I call it I will give a name later. But this is the point where I say, there will be a point in all intelligent creatures' life where they are so intelligent that they can predict what will happen and they can prevent the filter. So if there's a next filter, like an asteroid coming, the next filter, they can predict that and they can prevent that. We are coming near the stage. We can do that right now if we put a lot of effort. We can stop an asteroid. So maybe other intelligent life has not yet passed through the filter, and they got killed in that filter themselves. Anyways, we have still not yet found anything, but we only started space exploration 100-200 years ago. It is very, very recent compared to our human history. We still have a lot of years coming. Fast forward. Can we predict the future now? Simple answer: yes and no, both. This answer applies to all the questions. Now, predicting the future is a very difficult thing and also a very easy thing at the same time. It depends. Given we have enough information about a specific topic, like suppose if we can predict, suppose when will Lopsy have his next headache, right? And then we can get the information like the previous number headache, and given that information we can calculate the average, and you can apply that average on the future, and you can predict it. But that also has a chance, and given enough chance and time, anything can happen. It has a probability of 0. So that means we can technically predict the future. That is very possible and very important in human history, because as you know and see that every human has an urgency to live or thrive, let's say. So if we can predict the future, we can also say what we can do or how we can do this later, and this helps us a lot. And predicting the future is very difficult because time traveling was recently discovered 24 hours ago. We did it ourselves yesterday. Read the news tomorrow. Here we time travel to the past. Now we can time travel to the past. How? Because it has happened. The past has happened. The future hasn't. We can time travel to the past because there are substances slower than light. But there are no substances faster than light. And what we see is light. And light, what we see now only happens in the present. Suppose we found a substance faster than light, then we could see the future if we look through that substance. But according to Einstein, nothing is faster than light. Who knows, we might find something faster than light. So for now we can only go to the past. And we also cannot go to the future because simply the future hasn't happened. Okay? And now, here, any slight changes in, suppose, me just pulling this here could change the future dramatically. This is known as the butterfly effect. And just doing that, and unless everything is destined or is already proposed to happen, or if our life is already planned, then that means time travel to the future is possible. But what I believe, it's not planned, so we can only travel to the past. You understand, moms? Do you understand, Bear?
Trying.
Okay, I'll try one more time. Suppose here. Now, mom's here is taking a video. In the past, mom's was playing guitar. Now, we can time travel to the time where mom's was playing guitar, because it has happened. Okay, and then we know it has happened, and simply we can. But in the future, mom suppose will say eggy. But we cannot go to that future because we don't know if mom will say eggy. She might say, she might not say eggy. Okay, do you understand? So it's not planned. That means we cannot go there. Simply we cannot. That's why if you go near a black hole also, we can only, you know. Your special effect, oh, this is all planned part of the presentation. Now, what is inside a black hole? This is also another very mysterious question.
You can do why doing it.
Black hole is a remnant of a dead star. A star that has died and it's so fat, or let's say it's so massive, it's a lot of mass that it just collapses on itself and it turns into a tiny point, like smaller than this. So small that it's the smallest ever point known until now. It's called the Planck. A singularity of a black hole, sorry. Imagine the mass of the sun, so big, so giant. Even a ton, billions, trillions of tons, quadrillion, more than that, a lot of tons, squashed into a point so small that it forms a black hole. And then this black hole has so immense gravity that even light cannot escape it. It bends around it.
Even light.
Yes. That means even light goes through it and it eats light. That means we cannot see black hole, no matter how hard we try. Through visible light we cannot. We cannot see black hole at all. Now, what is inside this black hole? That is a great mystery also. Suppose this is a black hole. This is a sheep fall into a black hole, suppose. And there's a point in the black hole, right? Now the ring around there's a ring around the black hole, right? Always.
Orbit.
Yeah, not like, yeah, it's like in orbit. It's going closer to the mirror. That's called the excretion disk of the black hole. It's where all the substance fall down. Suppose this sheep come here, it will orbit around this. And the gravity here is so strong that even time itself does not work here. So time truly bends in this black hole, and things appear to go slower compared to others. Suppose the sheep here, and this is the person here. The sheep would go in slow motion. The sheep would be in slow motion for this person, and for this sheep, the person is moving in fast motion. Do you understand? Now, here, this same sheep goes near the black hole. Somehow this sheep survives this whole journey, okay? Of course it would die. And then there he touches event horizon. The event horizon is the point of the black hole. It's actually the point where the black hole starts. So that's the event horizon. Now once you cross the event horizon, no matter what speed or velocity you're going, you cannot escape the black hole. Nothing there. No chance. Zero chance. Even if you're going to the speed of light. And nothing goes faster than the speed of light. That means, and I told you before, light cannot escape a black hole. That means nothing can escape a black hole, no matter how fast you go. So here. So the sheep is stuck here forever. And the more deeper the sheep goes into the black hole, the more slower time gets from outside. Yes. So for this sheep, the man was there is going in super fast motion For this man, the ship is going in slow motion. So this, if somehow the ship comes out of the black hole, this man would be very old, thousands of years old, and the ship would be just 1 second older than when it was here in the black hole. That would be the difference because of the time travel. So you can technically time travel if you go into the black hole. Now here we go deeper and deeper and deeper. We don't know what will happen around here in this black hole. Many people just speculate it's more whiteness. And here in the middle, in the exact middle, there's the singularity. The point where the black hole collapsed and became the star collapsed and became the black hole. I told you the small part, singularity. Once the matter falls down from here, no one knows what will happen. When people speculate that matter just gets ejected outside or maybe go to another dimension or another universe, we don't know. Black holes are very mysterious. We really need to go inside to know what will happen. But it's impossible because once it go in, nothing can come out. So no information can come out once it got inside. So it's yes, time travel is very possible if you go near a black hole. But no, time travel is also not possible for the future. Because in the future, we might find also how we can time travel. I explained all of this before, so let's move on. We will be survive on Earth. The Earth will surely be destroyed one day. Surely, 100% sure, no matter what we do. We will also.
Don't cry.
Not cry.
What to do? Earth will destroy you.
Think I'm crying?
Not now.
Where's the point?
Maybe how many billions years after?
I don't care if Earth will get destroyed or not.
Also, we don't know, right?
No, it's sure, 100%.
It will destroy?
Do you think I'm crying?
No, that means Earth will destroy 100%.
Yeah, of course. No chance.
Why?
I'll explain. Now here, the Earth now here is our home for a long time, like a very long time here. And it will get destroyed, sure, 100%, no matter what we do. Because the universe will also die with the Earth. Everything will get destroyed one day. How is because many reasons. One is the heat death. That means here it means the black hole will just take all the matter inside and it will collapse into each other and it will become this big giant black hole that has all the universe inside it. And slowly it radiates away also due to what is known as Hawking radiation. So even black holes die this. And then what is left is nothing. Only some electrons that cannot fuse together to be more things. So no activity. So the universe is basically gone, dead. And another is the big crunch. That means the universe will expand so fast that the gravity will be no longer the dominating force in the universe. Instead it will be the expansion. And then the universe will split. And then there is the big crunch. And there's many methods. Earth will go surely with it. But we might survive because we have to escape the Earth. Somehow or not. Earth is very boring now also. As you can see. Okay, one day. Because we have lived here a long time. We need to explore now. Because we are humans. We explore. We are explorers. Now, simple answer, will we survive on Earth? Is no. We need to escape it now. But will we survive in general as a species is also, it's 50-50. We might survive, we might not survive. if you survive till the universe dies, then it's a great accomplishment. If we don't, then we have still accomplished a lot to do. For how long humans have survived, it's nothing compared to the universe age. And the universe is still young. A lot to live. Let's move on. Now, should we colonize space? Yes, and also no. Uh, Space is, of course, our next mission as species.